I started working with psychedelics back in 1991. Now, at the time, we didn't call it working with psychedelics or healing with psychedelics or addressing trauma, although certainly dark stuff came up. It was called getting fucked up for a good deal. And I certainly felt like the money that I spent on psilocybin or LSD was a much better bang for my buck than what my friends spent on alcohol. And as a street kid, every penny mattered. Remember pennies? That's a little sidebar. So over the course of 15, 16, 17, 18, I was also pursuing my relationship with the sacred. I had discovered goddess traditions, Celtic paganism, and so there was this thread of sacred teachings that always came through my psychedelic journeys, even if that wasn't the intention before I went to a party or the club, that came through. And so at 18, I had this deep sense that what I was seeing and experiencing with psychedelics was real, and I wanted to understand how to be with that without having anything in my body. And so I didn't take psychedelics again until my early 30s. I studied energy healing and Andean shamanism, went deeper into Celtic paganism. And then in my early 30s, I found myself in the jungle working with ayahuasca and had this strong sense of this is it. This is that sense of home and that sacred container that I was seeking at a younger age, but had not been part of the structure in which I was in at the time. And came through the course of practice and doing my own healing ceremonies, and eventually in my 40s and now 50s holding ceremonies myself, to recognize that these plant allies, and psilocybin particularly because she's the one that I work with the most, offer us up this opportunity to understand ourselves in a different way by helping us to be with all aspects of ourselves that we have pushed away, that we have denied, that we have ignored. And so any deviation in our being that keeps us from living from a place of truth and wholeheartedness can show up in our journeys with psychedelics. Working in a group ceremony, we're able to be in communion with the sacred and with ourselves so that we can tend to these parts. They need to be cared for. They need to be grieved, loved up, acknowledged, felt. Felt is the key word because it's the unexpressed energies of what has come to pass in our lives that make us feel stuck, leave us depressed, and in a place of suffering. The intentional use of psychedelics and ceremony, in many ways I feel is a godsend. And as I have observed over these past over 30 years, the ways in which they have crossed borders and made themselves known in alternative healing across the Western Hemisphere, I feel like it's actually their spirit that is saying, hey, pay attention. Hey, we're here. And we're offering you up this opportunity. It's their consciousness. It's saying, know yourself, feel yourself, show up for yourself. You can do something different in your life, in your families, in your communities, and on this planet when you have the courage to know who you are, know what you're carrying, and bring it to a place of balance, of reconciliation within yourself, to recounsel what you have rejected in a good way.